In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us humility, humbleness. And He does it in a most magnificent way. He recalls an event, one of the most significant events in our history. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ. He reminds us of the time when Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam was building the Kaaba Sharif.
Subhanallah.
The word used by the Quran is yarfa'u, raising the foundations. It's a very accurate word because the Kaaba Sharif existed prior to this. It was built by Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, it was built by the angels as well, and this was a resurrection of the Kaaba Sharif. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned something that Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam did and Hazrat Ismail alayhi salam did on completion of the Kaaba. They raised their hands and made a dua. Often people say, where do you get this concept where you're praying for things? Sometimes you're praying for dead people, sometimes you're praying for this, sometimes you're praying for that. You can tell them this is the sunnah of the messengers.
Subhanallah.
Recorded in the Holy Quran. Dua after dua after dua on every type of occasion. Having completed the Kaaba Sharif and known that it was accepted, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given further injunctions like لِطَائِفِ لَأَنْطَهِرَ بَيْتِيَا, clean this house now. It was accepted for Allah to say that. If it was not accepted, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would have given them the injunction to rebuild it or do something else. But having known it was accepted, they raised their hands and said, رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا. Oh Allah, accept this from us. One of the greatest things that anybody could do. But instead of saying, look what we did, look at us, look how great we are, we'll go down in history, or we did something great for the deen, they said, oh Allah, just accept this from us. So we often get into this spiritual arrogance where if we do something good, we want recognition, we want fame and acclaim. We want our teacher to mention it again and again everywhere. We want our friends to be aware of it. Sometimes if we do something and somebody else doesn't in our family, we start to ridicule them or shame them. That in itself is an arrogance. Instead of doing that, we should say, oh Allah, whatever I did do, Rabbana taqabbal minna. Oh Allah, accept this from us. Innaka anta samir alim. And they mentioned that Allah is the listener of all things. This is beautiful as well. They could have said, Inna Allah Sami'ul Basir, that Allah is all-seeing. But instead of saying, look at what we did, they said, listen to our dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our duas, allow us to be humble and allow us to serve the deen. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ.